All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the other side of the coin and welcome to yet another live stream bringing you the latest in Chelsea news. A lot of interesting things happened yesterday post-match. We finally figured out what happened to Madueke. We want to talk about that in detail. We had some other bits and bobs that's dropped post-match. Some information as to why Joao Felix didn't get an opportunity. Yet again, unused substitute. Just sitting in the bench, chilling. And we've got a few other things, as I said, a few other bits and bobs that we need to touch base on. But the first important point is in regards to Madueke. But before we go into Madueke's situation, I just want to touch base that I'm still so bummed out. I'm still so bummed out about that loss, man. And a lot of people are saying on social media, "Oh, look at all these Chelsea fans overreacting." Yeah, here we go. These lot are the worst type of fans. Chelsea fan base is the worst fan base out there because they overreact. One game, one loss, and look at the way they're at. It's not about just the one loss. I said it before the watch along, before the match even started, that I don't have any issues if we lose in a manner where we gave it our everything, we gave all our efforts, we tried every single method to win the game. We tried to ask every different questions. We were looking for several solutions. I don't mind losing a game in that manner. I did say before the match started, I don't want to be in a situation where if we were to lose the game against Fulham, which we did, we lost, I don't want to sit after the match thinking, well, we didn't try everything. There was options in the bench. We didn't give it a shot. At 1-1, at 1-2, 2-1 when we were losing, we didn't throw the kitchen sink. We didn't give everything that we could have given for that match. And this is why it's annoyed me the most. This is why I'm so upset. This is why, and no one's asking for Enzo Maresca to be out. No one's saying that. Enzo Maresca has done a fantastic job, but that game against Fulham, 100%, in my opinion, you could have a different opinion. In my opinion, that game was on Enzo Maresca. He could see at 1-0, when we were 1-0 up, he could see, we could all sense that some danger was just looming around the corner. And he just allowed it to drift because of the structure. We cannot disrupt the structure. We cannot disrupt the balance. Okay, at 1-1, can we disrupt the structure? No. At 2-1, when we're losing and chasing for an equalizer, can we now disrupt the structure a little bit? Can we have a little bit of, lopsided side where there is a lot more attackers than defenders? I mean, what's the difference if we lose 2-1, 3-1, 4-1? At the end of the day, you lose anyway. So that's what hurt me the most. So, look, we'll move on to the Ipswich game, which becomes a must-win. It 100% becomes a must-win. Everyone is on the hunt. Everyone is on the hunt. Nottingham Forest is on the hunt now, it seems like, for top 4. Whether they're going to make it till the end of the season, we shall see. But they look like a team that is very serious. You never know, they could drop off. Newcastle are putting some good wins together. Aston Villa are always there and thereabouts. So, it's not locked on. Our position in top 4 is not locked in. It's not confirmed. Have a couple of bad results in the likes of Everton and Fulham. There you go. The opposition, the opponents, they're back. They're sniffing at the opportunity to get into top 4. So, look, let's see what we can do against Ipswich. Now, first news that I want to touch base on, ladies and gentlemen. Maresca says Madueke dropped due to technical decision, not injury. What in the blue hell does technical decision even mean? Maresca says Madueke dropped due to technical decision. Is it technical decision? Doesn't mean that he's tactically inept. Doesn't mean he's technically inept. I don't think it's either one of those. There's a clip that's going around from PYS. Go to Max, his second page, where he alludes to the fact that he's spoken to someone internally on Chelsea, and they've said that Madueke didn't train well, and this is why he was dropped, and this is why it was deemed as technical decision. Now, you might be sitting there and thinking, "Oh, what kind of source is that? I don't want to trust. I don't trust all of this stuff." You have to put the two together. Madueke doesn't even make the bench. He's not injured. As Maresca said, he's not injured. He doesn't even make the bench. How's a player like Madueke not even make the bench? He's not that poor. Okay, let's say for argument's sake that technical decision meant tactical. Well, Madueke is not tactically inept. Maybe it meant technical. Well, Madueke is not technically inept. So you have to put the two together. Maybe there is some truth behind the fact that he probably didn't train hard enough. Maybe there is some truth. Enzo Maresca has said it several times on match, on press conferences. He's publicly called out Noni Madueke because of the specific nature of lack of effort in training. Is that the reason? It's a shame. It is an absolute shame for us that a player like Noni Madueke, we can't utilize him because this guy doesn't seem to apply himself at training. We could have done with a player like Noni Madueke coming off the bench yesterday against Fulham. This is why, look, I can't have a go at Enzo Maresca on this particular matter, but this is one of the reasons out of quite a few reasons in regards to Madueke where I'm never satisfied with this player. I told you guys a long time ago, Madueke comes across very immature to me. Very, very immature. Last season, he had similar sort of cases where he was injured or ill, whatever the case was, and then he was seen out having a great time at a nightclub. And only right at the end where Pochettino started to trust Noni Madueke a little bit more. Enzo Maresca, I don't think from the beginning actually liked Noni Madueke. Later on, when Noni Madueke was starting to put on some sort of numbers, he started to appreciate Noni Madueke a bit. But even now, I'll put my hand on my heart and say that I don't think Enzo Maresca really rates Noni Madueke. It's annoying. It's annoying. Where does Noni Madueke find this arrogance of not training hard enough? How dare you not train hard enough? Where do you find this arrogance from? You're at Chelsea Football Club. You have to. It's a prerequisite. It's a mandatory requirement. You must train hard. How are you not training hard? What are you thinking, Madueke? What's in your thoughts? It's good to have all the options available. We can sit here and say, "Oh, what would have Noni Madueke done?" But it's good to have that option from the bench. Now what happens against Ipswich? Does this guy, off the back of being technically out of the squad completely, not even making the bench, what happens now against Ipswich, which is our next game? Does he just waltz back into the team, first team? Does he find bench? Is he training hard enough now? This player, Noni Madueke, he's a good player. He's got good skill set. But up here, weak. Scores one goal and that's it. He's very excited. he goes missing for the next 3, 4, 5 games. He's not interested to score goal after goal after goal and assist after assist after assist. He's just interested to every now and then have a really good game. It's quite annoying. It's quite annoying. Let's see what you guys are saying. Let's be real. Even if Madueke played, he would not make a difference. See, this is the thing. How do we know he would not make a difference? How do we know that? Until we tried it, how do we actually know that? Maybe he could have done something. How do we know? We didn't even try. We didn't even give this an option because he can't even make it to the bench. Felix and Madueke have gotten in a fight with Maresca. Yeah, look, we're going to talk about Joao Felix very, very soon. Even Nkunku. What a waste. What an absolute waste Nkunku's turned out to be. Because would you say Felix is a pointless signing? Yeah, 100%. We don't utilize him. We don't utilize him. Gremlin saying Crystal Palace level. This is the thing, man. You know, when I say certain things about Noni Madueke, some of you guys give me heat. Some of you guys say, oh, you're a hater. You're a Noni Madueke hater. I have nothing to hate him for. I don't even know this guy. Why should I even hate? Why should I hate him? It looks like Enzo Maresca doesn't rate this player. He's happy to drop him. He doesn't rate him. Long term, honestly, I think Noni Madueke is not a Chelsea level player, man. He really isn't a Chelsea level player. And the quicker we move on from the players that don't fit Chelsea, the better it is for us. We've got Esteval William coming up next season. I think that needs to be looked at a more severe level. I thought maybe someone like Esteval William, give him a bit of time to adapt, and then slowly but surely we get him in. But now it looks like Noni Madueke's future, God knows how that looks at Chelsea Football Club, which only bodes well for, Esteval William, because he should be getting a lot of minutes. Jeremy, hi Miz, Noni is a type of player that feels like he has the skill set of Ronaldo, but genuinely feels like he has the level of mid-table club winger. You're right. He shows this arrogance like he's someone. Noni Madueke, when you see his mannerism on field, he shows his arrogance like he's someone very important. Hey, not many people know you, Noni Madueke. I'll tell you right now. Outside of the Premier League, I don't think many of the other leagues will even know who Noni Madueke is. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, dropped for technical reason. I don't think, what does technical even mean? I think it's because of the rumor that's circulating around that he just didn't train well enough for the week and he did not get picked. I think that might be there might be some level of truth behind that. Valan, big up to you, my man. Good day, Miz. Yesterday night was crap. I watched Chelsea and Singapore both lose at the end of 90 minutes dead. Oh man, that must have been tough for you. Yeah, that must have been really, really tough. All right, let's have a look at the next piece of news. Maresca, we decided Christo for Nico. For Joao, he plays more or less the same position as Cole. They played together already, but it's also a matter of balance. That's why. This whole matter of balance, man. They played together already, but it's also a matter of balance. That's why. I mean, this whole balance thing, if we are losing, can we not disrupt the balance a little bit? I mean, is it just set in stone? I have no issues with having a balance, having an ideology at the start of the game and trying your best to maintain that ideology. But I do have a problem when we are trying to chase a game, when we are trying to equalize, when we are chasing a game. Should Enzo Maresca be more concerned about how the balance of the team is? This is a big problem for us, man. This Joao Felix situation is a huge problem. And even Nkunku, Enzo Maresca repeatedly has said, that Nkunku is not a striker. Yet, Enzo Maresca keeps utilizing Nkunku as a striker. But in Conference League, obviously, Nkunku, the last one, got deployed as a number 10. But this is a genuine problem, man. Nkunku, when he comes on, he just doesn't work hard enough. He wants to be a spectator. And Joao Felix, I don't think Enzo Maresca wants this guy, you know. I really don't think Enzo Maresca wants this guy. When we are wanting to chase a game, when we are behind 2-1 and we need a goal, we can't even bring on Joao Felix. You know how crazy this is? You know at what level this particular situation is crazy? If Enzo Maresca can't trust or rely on Joao Felix, we have to get rid of him. It's not one of those ones where, we'll see what happens and, they're just still developing and it's early. No. The amount of times Joao Felix has been an unused sub. We have so many subs available. We only used one sub against Fulham and 2 against Everton. Why? If anything, Joao Felix would have probably been a better option up front than Nkunku. Joao Felix can play false 9. Even Cole Palmer can play false 9. These sort of problems will only multiply, it seems. Mudryk, the doping test, gone wrong. He's probably going to get a heavy punishment. We have Joao Felix, who we can't even use off the bench. I don't know why. There has to be a particular reason, and it's not just about, we decided Christo for Nico. For Joao, he plays more or less the same position as Cole. So, what? Like Cole Palmer starts, then Joao Felix cannot start. Is that how it is? It's quite annoying, man. It's quite annoying. And these things we need to start rectifying ASAP, or else, as I said, like draw against Everton, loss against Fulham. It doesn't take too long before old habits kick in. It doesn't take too long before playing against oppositions like your Evertons and Fulhams, and next up Ipswich, and the one after that I believe is Crystal Palace. It doesn't take long for it to start slumping backwards. Just a couple of games ago, a lot of us were like, wow, over the moon, look where we are on the table. And then a couple of games later, we were expecting we were going to get the W, and we haven't. We got a draw and a loss, and we're getting caught up by other clubs just behind us in the Premier League. Enzo Maresca needs to find a solution, man. It's not good enough to not utilize everyone. I'm not saying go out there and make 5 substitutions, but we needed to make more than 1 yesterday against Fulham. Fulham, their subs made a huge difference. Look at Fulham's substitutions. Each and every one of them made a huge difference. Harry Wilson, Munez, and there was more. Every single one of them made a huge difference coming off the bench. We can't do any of these bench moves because we will disrupt the structure. And sometimes we have to. Sometimes I say we have to. Let's see what you guys are saying. To be honest, I think a lot of players in the squad are just happy to play for Chelsea and think they've made it. I'm 100% sure Madueke is someone that thinks that way. CFC Ernie, big up Ms. Maresca is showing us his weak championship mentality after we lose to Fulham at home since 1979 by taking over, by talking about effing balance. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you have to deviate away from balance. Sometimes I feel like. Sudan, big up to you. Ms. Substitutions are made to bring some fresh legs and keep the intensity, tactics, and balance of the team. Sometimes needs to be overlooked depending on the situation. Last 3 Premier League games, 4 subs only. Exactly. I'm not saying, deviate away from your tactics and your philosophy and having more bodies. Do you know what I mean? I'm saying that sometimes when the situation is a bit sticky, you need to do something else. That's all I'm saying. Madueke is Chelsea's best winger, and it's evident in the results against Everton and Fulham, and of course Brentford, Shamrock, and Southampton. The last 3 games he started. I don't know about him being our best winger. Look, I still think Pedro Neto is our probably best winger, but he's not having the best of time in recent times. In recent games, he's not having the best of times. Madueke, we've seen his flaws as well. We're not going to sit here and pretend that Madueke doesn't have any flaw. I mean, look, our coach, our manager doesn't even pick Madueke in the bench. That just shows what level of flaw Madueke has. Milo, okay, big up to you. I was so hot yesterday. We lost control of the game. Enzo, what to do? You do put a striker for a striker. What does that solve? Go defensive, bring in a defender, or an attacking, bring a 1+ attack. Exactly. Like at 1-0, you could see that we're under immense trouble. At 1-0, you could see we're under immense trouble. You either make a decision that, you know what, we're gonna go defensive and we'll shut up shop, or at 1-1, when it was an equalizer from them, you go attacking. Let's throw in an extra attacker and see if we can get that winner. And instead, Fulham showed a lot more desire to win, and they got the winner. All right, let's have a look at the next tweet. Data. Chelsea 15th, 20th in the league for substitutions made in the Premier League this season, 67. And Area Maresca needs to improve upon given the depth available to him. Yeah, look, Enzo Maresca talks about, there's no A team and there's no B team. Everyone plays. Well, there clearly is. Players that play in the Conference League, yeah, they can't seem to crack into the Premier League team. No matter how good you play in the Conference League. Mark Yu. Could we not trust Mark Yu? The final 6 minutes, when 6 minutes were added on, could we not trust Mark Yu to come in? We had 4 more substitutions available. Can we not take Malo Gusto off? Malo Gusto he put a stinker. Absolute put out a stinker. Take Malo Gusto off, put another attacking body. If one of the attackers are not playing well, okay, remove them and put Joao Felix. There was options. There was definitely options, but Enzo Maresca, it seems like he's stubborn in his way, and most of these modern day managers, they seem like they're stubborn in their way, and the fact that Enzo Maresca came from the school of Pep Guardiola, and we see how strict Pep Guardiola is with his philosophy. He doesn't want to deviate away from that. Marlo in RCB stinks. I said that, but a lot of people are like, no, I'd rather have him. I don't want to give Desasi an opportunity. And I understand that as well. Desasi gives me the creeps, but maybe he's a better RCB than Malo Gusto. Malo Gusto, the amount of time he had no idea what was behind him, it was a joke. The amount of time he gave the ball away as well. Aerially, he's not stopping anyone. Joao Felix cannot score. He just can't finish. Yeah, well, add him as part of the attacking unit. Not saying take off Cole Palmer. Find a solution where you can play both, especially when we're chasing the score right at the end. All right, let's have a look at this tweet. One of the things that confused me most today was Sanchez long balls. 2 out of 14 completed. But why were we doing so many long balls anyway? And towards who? What was the plan there? Maresca said he'd only drop Sanchez if he deviated from the plan of passing out of the back. So many things to unpack here. First of all, 2 out of 14. That means 10 times he gave the ball away, Sanchez. 10 times. Sorry, 12 times. What am I talking about? 12 times. 12 times Sanchez gave the ball away to the opposition. And it's risky. As soon as you go long, you give it away to the opposition, they can quickly counter and get in front of our defense. Long balls. Why so many long balls from Sanchez? It's not like Nicholas Jackson has a beautiful hold-up play. It's not like Nicholas Jackson has immense aerial duel stats. Who are we sending these long balls to? Sometimes some of these distributions from Sanchez really does put us in a bad spot. It really does. Ibn Caicedo inverting from up right back with Cassidy in midfield to control the game when we were 1-0 up. Yeah, try that. At least we can then understand that, okay, you're trying to shut up shop. What Enzo Maresca tried at the end didn't even work. And Nkunku up front made us worse. Zayn, as a Liverpool fan, Miz, you need to be joining us because I'll be honest, you don't want to be caught up in a 6-point cluster between 3rd and 9th. You're all right, man. I don't want to be caught up in that cluster. No chance. Jesse Football, big up to my man. What I believe is happening is that Maresca is trying to send a message to the board that certain players he doesn't rate by not bringing them off the bench or leaving them out of the match day team. Yeah, you're right. He is. He's definitely sending a message. And I hope the directors listen to his message. Renato Viga can't make the bench. Keenan Dewsbury Hall can't make the bench. We make one substitution. We have, sometimes I feel like we do have a solution in the bench. Just use it. Just use it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to slowly wrap things up. Milo, okay, Felix might not be goal scorer, but he's arguably our best dribbler against low blocks. You need a player who can take 2 players out of the game to free space for others. I agree, man. I agree. But clearly, Enzo Maresca, he doesn't rate him. For one reason or another, he does not rate Joao Felix. I don't know why, but he does not rate him, which is a huge problem for us. Massive, massive problem. All right, ladies and gentlemen, hope you guys have enjoyed this. Let me know your thoughts if you've just tuned in, or even if you've been watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. What you thought about everything we touched base on, especially Noni Madueke situation. Let me know your thoughts. If you're here for the first time, subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. I shall see you guys for another piece of content later on UK time. So do look out for that. We're going to try and pump as much as content as possible from here on in. And yeah, keep up with everything by making sure you've hit the bell notification. All right. Until next time, everyone. Take care. See ya. Goodbye.